Where are the Snowdens of yesteryear?
No! No!
Oh God!
No!
Oh God! Oh God! What happened? What happened?
Help him! Help him! Help him! Help him!
Help who? Help who?
The bombardier! The bombardier! He doesn't answer! He doesn't answer!
I'm the bombardier. I'm the bombardier. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Then help him! Help him! Help him! Help him!
Help who? Help who?
The radio gunner! The radio gunner!
I'm cold. Please help me. I'm cold. I'm cold. I'm cold.
Crap!
I'm cold. I'm cold. Ow, it's starting to hurt.
Crap!
I'm cold. I'm cold.
Gonna be all right, kid. Everything's under control.
I'm cold. Cold.
There. In a little while, we'll be back on the ground, and Dr. Nika will be right there to take care of you.
I'm cold. I'm cold.
It was easy to read the message in his entrails. Man was matter, that was Snowden's secret. Drop him out a window and he'll fall. Set fire to him and he'll burn. Bury him and he'll rot like other kinds of garbage. The spirit gone, man is garbage. That was Snowden's secret. Ripeness was all.
How long are you gonna keep giving me those pills and shots?
Until you feel better.
I feel good right now.
Then why don't you put some clothes on? Why aren't you wearing your uniform?
I don't want to wear my uniform anymore.
Are you sure you're alright?
I've been looking all over for you.
You should have been looking for me by the street. I've been here all morning.
Here, try this. I'm thinking about serving it to the men.
What is it?
Chocolate covered cotton.
Jesus Christ, have you gone crazy? You didn't even take the goddamn seeds out.
Give it a chance, will ya? It can't be that bad. Is it really that bad?
It's even worse.
But I've got to make the hulls feed it to the men.
They're never gonna be able to swallow it.
They've got to swallow it. This is a pretty good tree.
It's the tree of life and of knowledge of good and evil too.
No, it isn't. It's a chestnut tree. I ought to know. I sell chestnuts.
Have it your way.
I want to ask you something. You don't have your uniform. I don't want to butt in or anything, but why aren't you wearing it?
I don't want to.
I see. I heard Appleby and Captain Black saying you were crazy. I just wanted to find out for myself. Are you ever going to put it on again?
I don't think so.
look at that, look at that. There's a funeral going down there. That's at the cemetery, isn't it?
Yeah, they're burying that kid who got killed in my plane over at Aganon the other day. Snowden.
What happened to him?
He got killed.
That's terrible. Really, that is terrible. And it'll get even worse if the Halls don't agree to buy my cotton. Yossarian, what's the matter with them? Don't they realize it's their syndicate? Don't they know they have a share?
Did the dead man in my tent have a share?
Of course he did. Everybody has a share.
He was killed before he even got into the squadron.
I wish you'd stop picking on me about that dead man in your tent. I told you, I don't have anything to do with killing him. Is it my fault I saw this great opportunity to corner the market in Egyptian cotton and got us all in this trouble? Was I supposed to know there was going to be a glut? I didn't even know what a glut was in those days. An opportunity to corner a market doesn't come along very often, and I was pretty sure to grab one when the chance came. And now I can't get rid of a single penny's worth. I can't watch it! I just can't watch while those mess halls let my syndicate die! If they had any loyalty, they'd buy my cotton till it hurts, so they can keep right on buying my cotton till it hurts them some more. They would build some fires and burn up their underwear and summer uniforms just to create bigger demand. But they won't do a thing. Yossarian, try eating the rest of this chocolate-covered cotton for me. Maybe it'll taste delicious now.
Give it up, Milo. People can't eat cotton.
It isn't really cotton. I was just joking. It's really cotton candy. Delicious cotton candy.
Now you're lying.
I never lie.
You're lying right now.
Only when I have to. This stuff is better than cotton candy. Really, it is. It's made out of real cotton. Yossarian, you gotta help me make the men eat it. Egyptian cotton is the finest cotton in the world.
But it's indigestible. It will make them sick. Don't you understand? Why don't you try living on it yourself and make me believe it?
I did try. Made me sick.
It's all over.
There's no hope left. It's the end. And all because I let them free to make their own decisions. That should teach me a lesson about discipline next time I try something like this.
Why don't you sell your cotton to the government?
It's a matter of principle. The government has no business in business. I'd be the last person in the world to try and involve the government in no business of mine. But the business of government is business. Calvin Coolidge said that, and Calvin Coolidge was the president, so it must be true. And the government does have the responsibility of buying all the Egyptian cotton I've got so no one else wants, so that I can make a profit, doesn't it? But how will I get the government to do it?
Bribe it.
Bribe it? Shame on you! Bribery is against the law and you know it. But it's not against the law to make a profit, is it? So it can't be against the law for me to bribe someone in order to make a fair profit, can it? No, of course not. But how will I know who to bribe?
Oh, don't you worry about that. You'll make the bribe big enough and they'll find you. Just make sure you do everything right out in the open. Let everyone know. Let everyone know exactly what you want and how much you're willing to pay for it. The first time you act guilty or ashamed, you might get in trouble.
I wish you'd come with me. I won't feel safe among people that take bribes. They're no better than a bunch of crooks.
You'll be alright. If you run into trouble, just tell everybody that the security of the country requires a strong domestic Egyptian cotton speculating industry.
It does. A strong Egyptian cotton speculating industry means a much stronger America.
Of course it does. If that doesn't work, point out the great number of American families that depend on it for income.
A great many American families do depend on it for income.
You see? You're much better at it than I am. You almost make it sound true.
It is true!
That's what I mean. You do it with just the right amount of conviction.
You're sure you won't come with me? I wish you'd put your uniform on instead of going around that way. You might start a trend, and then I'll never get rid of all this gall darn cotton.
At night, when he was trying to sleep, Yossarian would call roll of all the men, women, and children he had ever known who were now dead. He tried to remember all the soldiers, and he resurrected images of all the elderly people he had known when a child, all the aunts, uncles, neighbors, parents, and grandparents, his own and everyone else's, and all the pathetic, deluded shopkeepers who opened their small, dusty stores at dawn and worked in them foolishly until midnight. They were all dead too. The number of dead people just seemed to increase, and the Germans were still fighting. Death was irreversible, he suspected, and he began to think he was going to lose.